Gossip Readers. Normally you probably are used to seeing me just post videos without me talking, and I just have you go through the exercises, but I thought today it might be important to just chat and go through some things regarding how to stay healthy right now during what's happening in our world. So I put together 2 circuits for you. I'm going to explain how to do them, and hopefully we can all maintain our health and fitness at home. This one, we don't need any equipment for it. We're just going to use our body. So I always like to start moving, so standing up and just jogging on the spot or walking on the spot is a great way to get your heart rate up. And then I usually like to do something that looks like a walkout. So I just stand, place my hands onto the floor, walk myself out into a push-up position, and then walk back. I do that for a minute, and then I go into something a little bit more invigorating, where I'll walk down and go into a mountain climber for about 10 seconds, and then I speed it up. Go through that for a minute. That's a great way to get your body warm, and then we can move into just a quick 5 exercise circuit with some strength, followed by some cardio and core, and we'll get right into that in a moment. So we'll get started in our first segment, our first circuit. It's 5 exercises. Do each of these exercises for a minute. Add any modifications that work for your body if what I'm asking you to do doesn't feel good. The first thing we're going to do is a leg exercise. It's a simple alternating forward and backward lunge. So just take your right leg, step it forward, lunge down, step into the center, step back, lunge down. As you notice, I'm barefoot right now. You can do this barefoot, you can do it with shoes on. You'll do 30 seconds of this on one leg and then switch 30 seconds onto the other. As soon as you finish that, hop down onto your hands and your knees and come into what we call a quadruped, working our back and our glutes, taking your opposite arm and leg, lift them up and back down. You want to focus on maintaining your stability, so making sure your hips and shoulders aren't moving, feeling the back of your body, lift your arms and your legs up, and going more for length than height. When you finish that, you can come into a push-up. So from your knees, just bend the elbows, drop your chest down and up. Or for a little bit more of a challenge, you can do it from your toes. Go for 30 to 60 seconds, and then flip over onto your back. This next exercise is called a back bridge. Hands down by your side, working through our glutes, hamstrings, and our back muscles. Just lift our hips up and back down. You can do them from both legs. You can add a single leg, or you can hold at the top and do a march. Okay, when you finish that, flip yourself around and come into what's called a Superman. Laying on your belly, you'll take opposite arm and leg and lift and lower. And then when you finish with that, come up onto your hands and your knees into a plank position, and just take your knee out to your elbow. You can bring it to the same side, or you can cross it over. Okay, when we finish that, stand up, a little bit of cardio, just shuffle, touch, shuffle, touch. Go through each of these exercises for 60 seconds without a rest. And then after you finish, you can take a 1-minute break and go through them all again. Go through this 3 times. There's a 24-minute workout, and you're good to go. So here's a second group of 5 exercises that you can add into your routine to do at home. First one, I call this a reverse lunge with goalpost arms. We're going to work our back, we're going to work our legs. Take your arms out, make a goalpost, lunge backwards with one leg, and twist over your front leg. Adding this bit of rotation is going to help work your obliques, work your posture. Okay, when you finish that, come down into a plank position. You can do it from your toes or from your knees, and just take one arm and reach it out. And then the other side. You can also do this just with your legs. Or if you want a bit more of a challenge, maybe you do your arm and your leg. Okay, go through that for 60 seconds, and then come down onto your back, or onto your belly. Arms reach out. You'll lift your arms and your head up, hold for a moment, bend your elbows, reach your arms out, and then bring everything back down to rest. And then I want you to flip over. This is a Pilates inspired movement. Sit up nice and tall, hands behind you, fingertips are forward. Really reach out through your chest, just lift your legs up, look forward. And then when you come down, bend your elbows, lean back, a little bit of tricep here. Okay, go through that 60 seconds. You can also add a little leg lift at the top for a little bit more of a challenge. And then when you finish that, stand up, come into a squat position, feet a little wider than your hip distance, arms by your side. Come down into a squat, hold for 3 seconds and pulse. And then stand up nice and tall, open up through your chest. So there's 5 strength exercises you can go through, and then hop down onto your back for some core. Hands behind your head, legs in tabletop. You'll curl your upper body up and hold, and then take your right leg down. Lift it up, come to the left side. Okay, you can continue with that, or you're welcome to curl up, and then take both of your legs down, and lift, and then lower. 60 seconds of those. Finish with some cardio, a little side skater. So jumping side to side, take a moment on each side to pause. Get your balance, work your leg strength, 60 seconds. You'll rest for 60 seconds and then go through that again. Feel free to email me at haley@laineygossip.com if you have any questions on what we went through in these circuits, or if you have any questions on how you and your family can stay active and healthy through these next couple of weeks.